My husband started to ignore me while I was pregnant. When I wanted to know what he was hiding on his computer, I checked it and immediately wished I never had a baby with him. When I told my husband I was pregnant after we had been trying for over a year, I didn't get the reaction I was hoping for. Rather than him being excited, he just hugged me and went back to his video game. I kept looking at him for some sort of normal reaction, but I got absolutely nothing from him. When I talked to my therapist about it, she told me that it could be his way of processing the information, since becoming parents is a huge step for both partners, which I understood, but I needed him to hold me. I was the one carrying our baby. That left me feeling anxious for a long time, wondering if this was even something he wanted anymore. During my pregnancy, he was supportive of me and did the basic things I asked for, like cooking and occasional midnight cravings, but there was something off about him. He was still so distant with me, but would act completely normal when his friends came over. He spent more time on his computer and even opted to sleep on the couch rather than me. I couldn't understand what I was doing wrong. It was stressing me out terribly. Dealing with that and with the pregnancy started to ruin my body. My hair was thinning and I was shedding so much more in the shower than normal. I started to break out and my nails started breaking. I couldn't get my nails done anymore, so ugly. I tried to calm down and ground myself because above all else, my baby was healthy and she was doing good. But I just hoped my husband would just hope me, be the man I've loved and trusted for years. I was so alone. I just wanted to understand what was happening to us. When I asked him what I was doing wrong, all he would say was nothing. I kept pushing for conversation just to have any dialogue between us. I wanted to love him and he wouldn't let me. One day I just broke. I figured if he wouldn't let me into his world, then I'd have to figure out what was going on myself. When he was at work, I opened up his laptop. He has his password taped on a sticky note because he has trouble remembering it, so I typed it in and got in. When I looked around, there was nothing to be found. I mean, absolutely nothing. It was completely clean. So I went to shut down the computer, then it prompted, "Before you shut down, there's still another active user on this device," which is weird cause I thought there was only one account. When I checked, it said another account name that said null. I didn't know what the password was, so I tried the other password backwards and that surprisingly worked. When I opened the computer, I had to close it immediately. I couldn't believe what I just looked at. What he was looking at. Maybe I was seeing it wrong? I opened the computer slowly and there were tabs and tabs and tabs of petite woman porn videos. That's all he looked at. Every race, all petite women. This is what he's been doing all this time? Are you kidding me? I put down his computer and tried to pretend like I didn't see anything. I really tried. But the more I tried, the more I kept understanding why he was looking at it so much. I had gained so much weight from my pregnancy. It happened so fast I didn't even realize how much I gained. It must have been around 40 pounds. I didn't even know I could gain that much weight. I figured that most of it would go away after I gave birth, so I tried not to pay much attention to it. I did my best to ignore everything and to just focus on delivering my baby and keeping her healthy. When I did give birth, my husband was honestly a good dad. Probably the best day. We actually worked together like a team. But he didn't feel like my husband. He was still distant towards me and it felt worse knowing why he didn't want me. I was trying to eat better to lose weight, but it became very difficult cooking with having the baby to take care of. I actually ended up reaching out to new mommy groups online just to see if anyone was getting the same problems I was. Some of the moms just recommended working out harder and time management, but that just wasn't good enough. I couldn't work that into my schedule because my baby was high maintenance and cried a lot. However, one mom did advise me that she used to take a shot of apple cider vinegar in the morning and that helped cleanse her gut and helped with her weight loss for a while, but she just couldn't stand the taste of drinking that every morning. She found it much more convenient and actually better to take Avi Elite. So I ordered a tub and started taking it 2 times a day. I stopped eating out as a whole and just got Chipotle catering and meal prep for the week with that, because that way I was able to eat what I liked while controlling my portions. After I kept up with the Avi pills, I dropped 3 pounds the first 2 weeks and things took off then after my body adjusted to the pills. The next week I lost 5 pounds and by just staying consistent with it for 3 months, I already lost 30 pounds. My mommy belly was slimming so much and I was able to fit into my old clothes again. My nails started getting firmer and I was able to go back to getting my nails done and my hair stopped shedding so much. I wasn't super worried about brushing it and finding a bald spot anymore. Eventually my husband started sleeping in the same bed as me again, which made me happy to be with my man again, but it just felt wrong. He turned away from me when I needed him most, and the worst part is I let him get away with it. He started to compliment how I looked and said I was glad that I was taking care of myself again, even though I had to do it all myself. I started to separate myself from my husband and started sleeping next to my baby's crib cause I just couldn't be with him. When I checked his computer, miraculously all of his petite corn tabs were all gone. It doesn't matter though, I don't think I can ever forget that. I kept taking my Avi pills and I've been feeling a lot more beautiful, but I feel so guilty knowing my marriage might be over. Do I confront him about his computer?